been a while. As it happens, there is a letter here for you. One moment. Here.
A letter? From who? Dear Diary, I'm Kale. I work as a trainee forest ranger under my master, Tainari. I'm also studying at the academia. I've been getting better and better at reading lately. Mr. Al-Haytham says that the written word is a crucial medium for exploring the world and understanding oneself. That's why I decided to start this diary. That said, what should I write about? Things are pretty quiet in Sumeru these days. Life is good. Every day is a fulfilling and happy one. When I think back to the days when I suffered from Elazar, or way back to when I was injected with God remains, I'm in a much better place now. I hope it stays that way forever. I'll leave it there for now. Master said he'll take me shopping in Sumeru City today, which is great, because I've been meaning to visit the toy seller at the Grand Bazaar for a while now.
Kale, time to go.
Yes, Master! Huh?
Fragile tiny pieces of our love. We want
What's wrong, Kale? Is there something on my face?
No, sorry. I didn't mean to stare. Did Master Tainari send you to pick me up?
Master Tainari? What are you talking about? Tainari is the General Mahamatra. He's probably busy arresting criminals in Sumeru City. I mean, if that's what floats your boat, I can introduce you, but...
Wait, Master Tainari is the General Mahamatra? But what about Mr. Sino?
Sorry? Oh, you mean that guy who just joined the Vahumana Darshan? Rumor has it he's the leader of the Temple of Silence. If that's true, it's pretty impressive. Sounds like you've been getting to know more and more people since you joined the academia. That's great, but don't let your forest ranger duties fall by the wayside, okay?
What's going on? Sethos is acting like he's my master, and Master Tainari has taken over Mr. Sino's job. Is this some kind of prank? If so, it's a weird choice of prank. But anyway, Sethos doesn't look like he's joking. What is this all about?
Hey, you're zoning out again. I'm gonna buy some tools for the rangers. Why don't you stretch your legs a bit? It's been a while since you last visited the city, right?
Wait! He's right. It has been a while since I last visited Sumeru City. Was it always like this? I mean, it feels familiar, yet somehow... something seems different. Is this really Sumeru City?
Hey, did you see who just walked? Physics courage to ever save enough money to buy that custom made. I heard the sage design.
Lord Kabe Bay, did you get a chance to review this month's accounts? Any feedback?
You mean the version you sent over a few days ago? Yeah, I took a look when I received it. I was thinking that maybe our profit margin is a little excessive. I visited some of our commercial partners last month. Their earnings are very slim.
Are you suggesting that we give up some of our profits for them?
Well, since we have more than we need, yes. Making money for its own sake is pointless. Don't worry, I've already planned for it, and the numbers look fine. We can adjust the rates starting from next month. Also, about that designer you hired, I've had to revise his proposal 3 times now, but he just doesn't seem to... Let's cut our losses. Pay him his fee and send him on his way. I'd like you to get Layla on this instead. She was Cyrus's student, and she designed the Palace of Alcazarzare. Seems like a much safer choice. Who's sneaking around over there?
Mr. Kaveh?
Do you recognize this person, sir?
Yes, it's all right. We've met. This is Kale, Sethos' trainee. He brought her along the last time I went for drinks with him. What brings you to the city, Kale? Is your master here too?
No, this is all wrong! Why is Mr. Kaveh saying that too? Tainari is my master, not Sethos! This can't be real. I have to ask someone else. There's gotta be someone else out there who still remembers the truth.
Hey, wait! Don't run off! How strange. What's gotten into her today?
It's like everyone switched places. I guess I'll keep looking around.
Students are under so much pressure.
Lots of visitors today, I see. Welcome all. It's been a...
Hey, Rahman. You know that guy who sells face powder on Treasure Street? I haven't seen him around in a while. Any idea what happened to him?
Oh, you mean a Hongar? Yeah, he got into a brawl with Shavirme on Treasure Street. He's been banned from setting up shop there for now.
Seriously? Oh, well, that's a shame. I was planning to pick out some makeup for you.
Oh, don't worry about it.
The legendary Flame Mane discussing makeup with the Zubair Theater star dancer. Now there's something you don't see every day.
Flame Mane? You know, I'm not actually sure when people started calling me that. Maybe the other Eremites thought I needed a fiercer title to scare people off? To be completely honest, I think the title would fit you better than me, Dia.
You think? Can't say I've never imagined myself as a merc. If I ever give up the dancing, maybe I'll head to the desert and give the Eremite life a try.
You would?
Is that so strange?
Oh, not at all. In fact, I've actually had similar thoughts before. If I ever get tired of sleeping out in the wild, I think I might go look for a job at the Zubair Theater. I've adored the dance of Sub-Zeros ever since the first time I saw you perform it. If the chance ever came up, I'd love to try it out on stage for myself.
Really? If our manager Sataria heard you say that, she'd hold you to it. Probably grab you by the sleeve and never let you go again. Hey, when that day comes, I'll do your makeup myself. How's that sound?
Sure. If the day comes, I'd be honored.
Everyone I know, everything I've ever known. Suddenly it's all a jumbled mess. The question is, who's right? Them or me? Oh, my head feels so heavy. I can't think straight.
All right, not a single Mora short. That covers you for this month's rent.
What a relief. I was worried the design fees I received.
Well, next time, don't fret. Just let me know and I'll give you a few days' grace.
Yeah, but what about you?
Well, it's just... I guess I should be used to it after... once I've made enough Mora. True. I'll never be a...
Mahamatra Tainari, we've apprehended the suspect.
They say that the fool is prone to blind faith.
But the wise man is not immune to it either. Siraj, do you have anything to say in your defense?
Tainari, you were the one who turned the sages against me. Just a few words of caution from you was all it took to destroy my research. And now you're trying to stop me again? You should know that mechanical life is the future! We must cast aside our useless flesh and...
That's enough. I'm not in the mood to listen to your lunacy. Anyone could tell you how amateur your work is. Karina, Ilias, put him somewhere safely out of the way.
Yes, sir.
Next on the agenda is...
Master?
What is it? Wait, did Professor Zahahati send you? She's been encouraging me to take on an apprentice. Might be getting a bit ahead of herself there, though.
No, Master! It's me, Kale! Listen to me. Something really weird is going on in Sumeru City. It's like everyone's identities have switched around. You're not the General Mahamatra. You're a forest watcher. Just yesterday, we agreed to come to Sumeru City today to go shopping together and...
All right, there's no rush. Let's back up a little. Your name is Kale, correct? Although this is our first meeting, you do seem strangely familiar somehow. Is there anything I can help you with?
No. Master!
What is it? Did you have another nightmare? I've told you before, when you're tired, lay down on your back in bed and get some proper sleep. It's much better for you than napping on your front. Poor posture obstructs your breathing, which can lead to all sorts of weird dreams. Now, we're supposed to go shopping in Sumeru City today, remember? Cheer up. I'll take you to Hushang's. I heard he's got some new toys in stock. Go wash your face, take some deep breaths, and when you're ready, we'll head out.
Okay. Thanks, Master Tainari. So it was just a dream.
And yet, dreams can sometimes be a warning of things that will soon come to pass.
Who said that?
That dream felt unusually real, didn't it? Here's my suggestion. Since you're heading into Sumeru City anyway, you may as well tell Lesser Lord Kusanali about everything that happened. And just to be on the safe side, I think you should also inform your two traveler friends who once helped save Sumeru. I'd write them a letter if I were you. Time is short. A storm is coming from beyond the bounds of fate.
Situation. No wonder Kale was in such a rush to write us a letter. Imagine waking up one day to find that everything around you has changed. You might not even recognize Paimon anymore. Oh, that's a scary thought. Let's get to Sumeru and find out what the heck is going on. Traveler! Paimon! Thank goodness. I'm so glad you made it.
Of course! We won't let anything happen to you, Kale. So, what's going on in Sumeru City? Looks like lots of people are moving or something.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. After I wrote my letter, Master and I went to Sumeru City and told the Dendro Archon everything that I experienced, from start to finish. She was silent at first. It seemed like she was deep in thought. Then the next day, we got told that she was ordering everyone to leave Sumeru City immediately and move to Caravan Rebot.
The entire population of the city has to move?
Not just Sumeru City. The evacuation also includes Lokapala Jungle, Avidia Forest, Ashavan Realm, and Ardravi Valley. Basically, everyone living in the rainforest must temporarily relocate to Caravan Rebot.
Holy smokes! That's crazy!
Yes, it's quite an operation. Even if people only bring the bare essentials, the scale is simply enormous. They've requisitioned almost all the Sumpter Beasts in Sumeru for the task, including the entirety of Dori's Sumpter Beast Park. The Dendro Archon said that what Kale experienced was not a dream, but a warning. After our meeting, she immediately summoned the 6 sages to analyze the situation and discuss countermeasures. They concluded that the events seen in the dream are very likely to become a reality, and that an unknown danger is rapidly approaching. Oh, please keep that to yourself. We don't want to cause widespread panic. The official reason they've given is a large-scale renovation of the rainforest ecosystem. People are skeptical, but there haven't been any major incidents. So far, at least.
The Dendro Archon seemed really worried when we spoke to her. She said you can go visit her in the Sanctuary of Surasthana when you arrive. She also said she'd hold out until the very end.
Tainari? Kale? You got a minute? I need a hand here.
One moment, I'll be right there. As a forest watcher, I've been tasked with assisting with the relocation work. There's a lot to be done, and they need all the help they can get. This will be the final group of evacuees from Sumeru City. While they're away from home, they'll be heavily reliant on outside help. Thank you for coming in our time of need. As you can see, another crisis is upon us.
Excuse me, sorry to trouble you, but could you help an old man find his medicine? It's buried somewhere in my luggage.
Where's my mom? Where did she go?
Don't worry, it'll be okay.
Those items are worth a small fortune. Make sure you store them somewhere safe. You understand?
I bet you thought you'd get away with this in the chaos, huh? Guess again. No petty thief gets past me.
We should go help the evacuees. See you around.
I'm so glad that you believed me and came all this way to help. It means a lot. Please stay safe.
Don't worry. We may not know exactly what's going on yet, but as long as we stick together, we'll find a way through this. Goodbye! Look after yourselves!
Will do. See ya!
Paimon's not sure how she found the words to comfort Kale because, honestly, she's kind of nervous herself. Let's head to the Sanctuary of Surasthana and see Nahida.
Who goes there? No unauthorized access to this place. By order of Mahamatra Sino.
Are you blind? It's the Traveler and Paimon. Surely you've seen them before.
Huh? Oh, so it is. I'm sorry, I haven't been sleeping well lately. My nerves are a little frayed. The Dendro Archon is in a very vulnerable state at the moment. Mahamatra Sino is concerned that our enemies might choose this moment to strike, so he's ordered us to strengthen our defenses.
Just seeing you two again already puts our minds at ease. Please, enter. I'm sure everyone's expecting you. Traveler, Paimon, you made it.
Aha! Perfect timing. Reliable helpers like you are just what we need right now.
Oh, it's good to see everyone again. Kawaii gave us a rough idea of what's going on, but we still have a lot of questions. What kind of danger is Sumeru City in exactly? And how come everyone has to move to Caravan Rebot?
At this stage, we can't be certain. We're investigating, but no definitive answers yet.
I take it that Kale told you about her strange dream?
Yeah. Apparently, everyone in Sumeru City was acting super weird. Even you guys. It was like you'd all switched places.
That's right. Kale and Tainari reported the situation to the Dendro Archon. She believes that it wasn't merely a dream, and that whatever it was has something to do with Irminsul.
It's a reasonable inference. Only through Irminsul can people's memory and cognition be so significantly modified in such a short time.
We don't know why Kale would dream of these things, nor who was trying to warn her. The Dendro Archon decided to connect to Irminsul to investigate more thoroughly.
Irminsul is connected directly to the ley lines. The tree serves as a central hub where the ley lines converge, and its core function is to record and store the world's knowledge and memories. But something has gone awry, severely compromising the performance of this core function. Information is bottlenecking inside Irminsul, hampering the ley lines' flow. If this continues, new information will languish unrecorded, with existing records thrown into disarray.
In short, the souls of the dead will be stranded, while the living have their sense of reality warped. In the long run, Kale's dream could well become a reality. And that's just the beginning. There's no telling what other nightmares could end up coming true.
I have come this far, to use my death to open the gates of the ley lines to my people.
Faced with a growing backlog of information, the Dendro Archon decided to connect herself directly to Irminsul and take over the recording and processing function herself.
But it is an almost impossible task. Individual brains aren't equipped to deal with the sheer volume of knowledge and memories involved. All that information flooding in at once would instantly fry any human mind. And for a god, even for a god, the suffering must be unimaginable.
The Dendro Archon's power originates from Irminsul. Any issue with the tree itself takes a toll on her to begin with. On top of that, she's subjecting herself to the grueling task of processing all that data. It must be torture for her. And despite all of this, she is somehow finding the strength to investigate the Irminsul situation from within and send us her findings.
I finished analyzing the latest data. Looks like our working theory was wrong. There's no signs of Irminsul having been attacked from the outside.
So it's internal then? Some sort of disease, perhaps? No. I've spent half my life studying the ley lines. If Irminsul malfunctioned this easily, the world would have met its end long ago.
Sino? What is it?
Not long ago, I got a tip from the Core of 30 that a large number of unidentified merchant caravans had recently been spotted entering Sumeru through Beta Harbor. At first, I suspected that they might have something to do with all this, so I sent some people to investigate. But if Irminsul wasn't attacked from the outside...
Don't you think there are more important things to worry about right now than guessing who's behind all this? It's been over 12 hours with no new intel. If even the Keeper of Irminsul is this badly affected, you can imagine how bad things are in there.
Dendro Archon.
What's wrong?
Her breathing is weak, and her elemental energy levels are dangerously low.
Looks like it's time to move to the backup plan.
What's the backup plan?
Get out of the city and take the Dendro Archon with us. The entrance to Irminsul is directly beneath the sanctuary of Surasthana. That means this is ground zero if anything goes wrong.
The Dendro
High
Archon has a very
stream.
strong
Hayır dalga
connection to
geçsem.
Irminsul.
Canım.
Theoretically, this connection should grow weaker with distance. Under
Maglarong ka
normal
lang.
circumstances,
Sige
she
lang.
can unleash her full power here. But with Irminsul out of control, our first priority is to get her away from here.
The situation is critical. There's no time to deliberate. Everyone in agreement?
I'll deal with it. I'll also let the Matra and the Core of 30 know to start evacuating.
Let's go. No sense grieving when there's nothing more we can do.
Agreed. We'll be back as soon as this is over.
The last group of civilians has been safely evacuated. Dendro Archon's carriage will travel with them. Sino and Hat Guy will protect the convoy. With the Dendro Archon in a coma, we've lost our means of investigating the situation. And with Irminsul still deteriorating, we have no choice but to evacuate Sumeru City. Feels as though we're being pushed along by an invisible hand.
Stop moaning, Cyrus. We're the teachers here. We should be showing a little more confidence, don't you think?
A wise judgment.
Let's move out to Caravan Rebot.
Sir, all units are in position.
Good. Everything is going to plan. Interfering with Sumeru City is a necessary step, so do not hesitate. The Irminsul situation will not harm you. We need to speed things up here, too. We don't want to keep our client waiting, do we?
No, sir. You have my word. Everything will be completed on schedule.
They say that fervent ambition attracts the favor of the gods, and with it, a vision. But we appear to be the exception. So, is our ambition not strong enough? Or does it threaten the very foundations of this world?
How is the Dendro Archon?
Her breathing is steady. I prepared some therapeutic incense for her, but it hasn't had much effect. Her vitals are still very weak. Based on the information you've provided, I have a working hypothesis. Her condition is partly due to Irminsul's influence, and partly due to a physiological imbalance caused by the rapid depletion of her power. Elemental energy usually flows through the body at a relatively constant rate. The body grows accustomed to this rhythm, so when it's thrown out of balance, physical symptoms will appear.
Is this similar to the ley lines? Overloading and withering both directly affect their vitality, potentially causing irreversible damage.
Correct. From a biological perspective, if you overexert yourself, you pay the price with your life. The Dendro Archon is not only drained of power, but her life force is at a critically low level.
Is there any way to restore her health? I know the ley lines have strong self-healing abilities. As long as any blockages or pollutions are dealt with, they can quickly regain their vitality. But what about people? Well, gods. What's their capacity for self-healing?
Before we think about that, there's a bigger predicament to resolve. Restoring the Dendro Archon's power requires us to heal Irminsul first. But that will be extremely difficult without the Dendro Archon's power.
Paimon's already getting lost here.
Master Tainari and Sino look so serious. I've not heard Master speak in this tone for a long time.
Tainari.
Master Nephis, sages.
Tainari, haven't seen you in ages. Have you gotten taller? Or did your ears get longer?
Hopefully the former, Uncle Baladori.
Sino, where's Professor Cyrus? I thought he'd be with you.
He went out into the wild to investigate the situation. He said that the Irminsul anomaly will likely start to affect the real world soon.
He shouldn't be trotting around alone at his age. Which way did he go? I'll look.
Would someone mind introducing us?
Ah, yes, of course. Allow me to do the honors. I'm sure we're all familiar with the Traveler and Paimon. They're the heroes who helped foil Azar's conspiracy and save Sumeru. These gentlemen and I are the 6 current sages of the Academia. Balduri and I are part of the Old Guard, while the other 4 took office after Azar and his clique fell from power. We have Sage Alkindi of the Spontamad Darshan, Sage Farnas of Kasharawar, Rataoist Sage Shakir, and finally Harabatot Sage Rusht.
Nice to meet you all.
I've heard much about you. Delighted to finally meet you in person.
You're younger than I imagined for someone with the power to stand up to fate itself. Thank you for lending your aid to Sumeru once more.
Out of this, could we get a photo together? My daughter has a friend named Isak. He's always talking about you two.
Of course! No true hero would deny a child their wish.
Back to business. So with the Dendro Archon currently in a coma, the people have taken temporary refuge at Caravan Rebot. But they cannot stay here forever. We need to come up with a plan as soon as possible. Fernas, any thoughts?
Well, firstly, having reviewed the data, I'm inclined to agree with your assessment. This doesn't look like an attack on Irminsul from the outside. Rather, it resembles a malfunctioning machine. Calculations going haywire and sparks flying. That being said, before we consider how to fix it, we need to understand precisely what has gone wrong. Furthermore, we somehow need to ascertain this without relying on the Dendro Archon's power.
We have no direct access to Irminsul. However, we might be able to gather the information we need from the ley lines. Study the branches to learn about the trunk, in other words. Wait, is that what Cyrus is up to? No wonder he ran off to research in the wild. Curse is always one step ahead of me, isn't he?
I heard that while in the sanctuary of Surasthana, the Dendro Archon had to serve as the central information hub herself. This is a clear sign the situation within Irminsul might be far worse than we can imagine. Irminsul is vital, not just to the safety of Sumeru, but to all of Teyvat. We must be the ones to bear responsibility for this world. To be on the safe side, I think we need to consider some backup plans.
Are you saying we should consider a scenario in which Irminsul is completely destroyed?
I'm merely pointing out that the possibility exists.
You have a valid point. But until worst comes to worst, I believe we should focus our efforts on resolving the Irminsul anomaly and helping it recover.
Kale, I understand that you were the first to foresee this crisis. If it's all right, I'd like to talk with you about it in more detail.
Of course, but even I don't know how I came to have that dream.
If there are no signs of external damage, could it be a stress fracture? Metals tend to suffer from this issue with long-term use, and Irminsul has existed for centuries, after all.
It's possible, but surely a stress fracture would be more likely to cause a complete shutdown rather than chaos.
Sages, General Mahamatra, Sorry to interrupt, but something has come up.
What happened?
Some citizens didn't believe that Sumeru City was really in any danger. They slipped away and hid during the relocation, intending to return home.
How many people are we talking?
About a dozen. Sakura found them while on patrol, but they appeared to be suffering from psychosis. For whatever reason, they were trying to kill each other. By the time we arrived, there were only 2 survivors. One was unconscious from their injuries. The other tried to attack us, but was subdued.
Where did this happen?
Near Yasna Monument.
That's not far from Caravan Rebot.
Master.
I know. The Irminsul anomaly is beginning to have effects in the world. I didn't expect it to spread to Yasna Monument so soon. It almost feels like we're being chased relentlessly, with no time to catch our breath.
Sir Cyrus said the same thing. He sent me back to report in, while he continues investigating.
I'll go join him.
Count me in too. Don't let my age fool you, I can still fend for myself.
Very well. Meanwhile, the rest of us will continue discussing our next steps.
Get back soon.
Take care of yourselves. It's getting dangerous out there.
Please, don't go any further. As you get closer to Sumeru City, there's no knowing what dangers you might encounter.
So this is our mentally disturbed man?
I'm going to gut you all!
Cyrus, you didn't even bring a single guard? Do you think you're some sort of warrior?
It's fine. Come here and look at this.
Oh, it's...
That's right. Flowers that bloom from openings in the ley lines, indicating some sort of anomaly.
I don't believe I've ever seen a color like this before.
Did you discover it nearby?
Not just here. Way over there, too. They're everywhere. There's even more in that direction.
How did you ascertain the situation further ahead? Didn't you just say that we can't go beyond this point?
Yes. This area is relatively safe so far, but if you continue forward, delusions will start afflicting your mind. However, some vision-bearing mercenaries were able to maintain their sanity a little better. They're the ones who brought back news from further afield.
Sino, do you remember the class I taught on dissecting ley line blossoms?
I do, Professor. I received full marks in that course.
Good. After all these years, it's time to put that knowledge into practice. There must be anomalous information hidden within these blossoms. Alkindi, been a while since we worked on a project together, hasn't it?
Sure has. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get to work.
Anything we can do to help?
Will you need my help?
All right, well, don't go too far. There's too many unknowns at this stage.
Let's regroup at Caravan Rebot later. Don't worry if you don't show up. I'll come and find you.
That should be the heart of Oasis. All we need to do is light it with the fire seed, and it'll restore a pep with elemental power. The damage it suffered internally will also slowly begin to heal. What is it? You thought of some... Really?
Phew. Glad to see you've returned safe and sound.
Any longer and we would have gone out looking.
Well, this is a nice surprise. Paimon sure feels better with every...
We've made some progress, so let's start by giving...
By dissecting the ley line's blossoms, we've been able to deduce that although Irminsul is experiencing an anomaly, it has not completely rejected access from the outside. The Dendro Archon has the power to connect to Irminsul, but there's also another way. I assume you recall the devices everyone was wearing when you first arrived in Sumeru?
Devices? Oh, wait. You mean...
The Akasha terminals?
That's right.
Of course! It's been so long, Paimon almost forgot all about the Akasha. Wasn't it shut down, though?
Yes, but although the system isn't currently operational, the technological infrastructure is all still there. And it turns out that a certain someone gets so bored at work that he's actually read through every single one of the instruction manuals.
No prizes for guessing who that was.
If praising others is that embarrassing for you, you can simply spare yourself the ordeal.
As much as it pains me to say anything nice about him, there's no denying his intelligence. He rarely forgets anything he's read. The Akasha is exactly what Sumeru needs at this moment. Between us, we should have all the knowledge and expertise we need to get it up and running again.
But if I recall correctly, doesn't the Akasha need a Gnosis to function?
That's exactly right. The Akasha relies on the Gnosis as a power source, and in its absence, we'll need to find an alternative. To tackle this problem, it looks like we'll be relocating once again.
Namely, to the Temple of Silence. Ring any bells? It's the only major institution in Sumeru dedicated to preserving the knowledge of King Deshret's civilization. You might find the answers you're looking for hiding there.
I agree. There's a good chance.
Master Nephis and the other sages have discussed it. As the chaos from Irminsul continues to spread, Caravan Rebot won't be a safe haven for much longer. We have to move into the desert next. The scholars and sages will head to the Temple of Silence, while the civilian population seeks refuge in Aru village.
The Eremites will keep everyone safe during the journey, and Candace will be there to receive us at the village.
This leaves us just one thing to worry about.
That Dendro Archon.
She's very weak. We can't afford to wait until Irminsul is fixed. There has to...
Wow, luckily, the Traveler had a eureka moment while we were out investigating.
Really?
Wow, nice one, Traveler. Let's hear it.
What say our Amorta experts?
Theoretically, it's feasible. From what you're saying, although elemental life and elemental energy have their differences, the Dendro Archon has explicitly stated that she can imitate the power of the former, in which case, as long as a Pep is willing, she should be able to convert her own power into a form that the Archon can use.
It wouldn't be difficult for her at all. The only problem is convincing her to help.
Yeah! Even though she wasn't exactly friendly the last time we met, she didn't refuse to talk with us. When she realizes the danger that Nahida is in, surely she won't turn a blind eye to it. Well, hopefully not.
Either way, we're not exactly spoiled for choice here.
Hey, it's better than having no options at all.
I agree. Without Irminsul's aid, the legendary Dendro Dragon Apep may well be the only living thing in Sumeru who can help our arc. There's no time to lose. I'll bring this proposal to Master right away. The academics will go to the Temple of Silence to look for a solution to the Akasha problem. The Eremites will escort the civilians safely to Aru village.
There's still a long road ahead, and no knowing if we'll make it. But at least we have a direction now. I'll take it over floundering around and
If there are no objections, then let's proceed. But before we adjourn, no matter the distance between us, there will always be an invisible force tying us together. May the bonds forged in the past shine bright like stars and...
Huh.
No. This one's from King of Invocations, the sequel.
What's the difference?
The sequel's much cooler.
Couldn't agree more.
Well, it was very apropos. Once this is all over, I'll give everyone a copy of King of Invocations and the sequel to show my gratitude. Come on, let's get...
Tighnari has brought me up to speed. I approve of your plan of action. But we can't proceed with everything right away. The people need to rest. For many of them, this will be their first time in the desert, so we'll need you two. Please go on ahead with the Dendro Archon.
No problem. We got this.
Words can't express my gratitude, so let me just say...
All right, let's get going. If Paimon remembers correctly, the last time we saw a Pep was in...
Traveler, Paimon. Could I borrow you guys for a moment? It'll only take a second.
Kale, what's the matter?
Well, the thing is... Master Tighnari once told me, after you raise a problem, you should think about how to resolve it. But ever since I had that dream, I feel like I haven't been of any help at all. I tried my best to keep up with the conversation, but there was so much new information.
Paimon knows exactly, but fear not. Everything you need to know, it's got tons of info about all the things we've seen and heard on our adventures. Some part, You see? Being the greatest guide in Tibet isn't just a fancy title. Paimon doesn't always understand the things you're talking about with other people. Whenever that happens, she notes down the...
This is perfect.
Sure. Matter of fact, you can keep it if you want. The spare copy was originally meant for the Traveler. Paimon used to worry that one day he might not need a guide anymore, so... But it doesn't seem so necessary nowadays. We have so many more...
Thank you so much. But still, these are your treasured memories. I think I'll make my own copy, and anyway, that was all. I won't keep you any longer. Have a safe trip. See you again soon.
See ya! Alright, time to bring the Hida to see a Pep. Let's hope that old grouch is in a negotiating mood. Hey! Actually, never mind. In a Pap-sized Merlit's probably one of those dragons who's grown too close to humankind. They might end up fighting for all we know.
I had a feeling your kind might come calling. The ley lines are in disarray. Something has gone wrong with Irminsul, yes. Even from a great distance away, I can sense that Sumeru is headed for destruction. You who took our home from us, prepare to watch as your own world is plunged into oblivion. Oh, how the cycle of history comes to a poetic conclusion.
This isn't a joke, Apep! Nahida's in grave danger! Can you please help her?
Is she now? Then do explain. For what reason should I lend Booer my assistance? The Age of the Dragons ended long ago, and the world that replaced it is under the dominion of the Heavenly Principles. In choosing not to side with your enemies when the heavenly principles' rules began to relax, I have been merciful enough. Do not forget that I have no love for this world you hold so dear. Be not mistaken. The fate of Sumeru is of no concern to me. I may have given my tacit agreement as your kind built homes here and multiplied for generation upon generation. But that does not tiny boor, puny humans. In my eyes, all of you are but intruders who followed in the wake of the heavenly principles. I am not obliged to be—
Apep, if you truly despise gods and humans so much, well, after the great humiliation of being helped by a god in the past, shouldn't you be jumping at this chance to balance the scales?
Now that is a compelling reason. When El Ahmar plotted against me and I was tortured by forbidden knowledge, it was Boer who saved me from agony. And though I regard with shame the pity of my enemies, to receive aid without repaying it would likewise tarnish a dragon's dignity. Oh, tiny Boer,
Whoa! It's happening again! We're gonna get sucked in!
It is done. The heart of Oasis is supplying her with life force as we speak. It shall not be long before she recovers. But I should warn you. Boer's existence is closely intertwined with Irminsul. Unless the issues plaguing it are resolved, she will never completely recover her former strength.
Thank you.
Spare me your words of gratitude. You may also spare me your feigned concern. A dragon's sovereign's power is far greater than you can imagine. While I was indeed weakened when the heart of Oasis ran dry, providing Tiny Boer with a morsel of my life force shall have little consequence for me.
Oh, good to hear.
Ever held in high favor. The compliment was sincere. I did once. That tree was not planted by the heavenly principles.
What?
There was a time when it belonged to Tevat, to dragonkind. Its appearance and function then differed greatly from today. The ley lines flowed with an abundance of a familiar, primitive form of elemental energy. You may know it as the power of the Light Realm. The heavenly principles usurped and refashioned Irminsul, made it serve humanity, and used it to anchor the fate of the world. Yet in the end, humanity has failed to protect it. Heavenly principles, God of gods. It makes me sick. The enmity between your kind and mine can never be bridged. As things stand today, holding a grudge against you would serve. But there will come a day when we reclaim this world for ourselves. The opportunity will arise no matter how long we must wait. I can already sense that far away from here, the Hydro Dragon has wrested his authority from the hands of the usurpers. But we have yet to meet. I know that we are both preparing for our revenge day and night.
Uh-huh.
I hear a great
Huh?
Sandstorms come. The Jinn. Another calamity approaches. You both seem... Booer is safe with me. Once she has recovered, I shall return her to your side.
Oh, thanks again.
I told you already I have no need of your feigned concern.
Mahita, you're awake. Are you okay?
Cease your interrogation. Yes, she awoke for a brief moment, but she has now lost consciousness again. Take it. We should...
Where the heck are we? Did you just dump us in the middle of nowhere? Wait. No. Paimon remembers now. The Temple of Silence is over that way. Come on, let's go find the others.
There's no need for everyone to stay here. I'll protect the sages. The rest...
Yes, Mahamatra.
Sino! What's going on?
You're back. How is the Dendro Archon?
What a relief.
It's the Jinn. Countless Jinn have stirred up violent sandstorms across the desert. Tainari and Kale have returned to Aru village to help. The Jinn are being highly aggressive, so both the village and the merchant caravans require...
It's just one thing after another. Where did all of them come from, anyway? In all my trips to the...
As I see it, the only possible candidate is Gurabad.
Gurabad?
Baladuri could explain in more detail if he were here. All I know is a rumor I've heard about from previous trips to the desert. Supposedly, a great number of
Gurabad is, for me, a fated land. I must therefore return back to this city, my master. I am sorry that I couldn't stay by your side for long, and that I could not have more time to get familiar with you.
Lilupar. Yeah, we once said goodbye to a friend there. Well, maybe not a friend exactly, but if we can find a way to wake her up, maybe...
Well, be careful. You may find there's more than just...
You mean, there are...
It's a sensible assumption to make. The moment we arrived in Caravan Rebod, the Irminsul anomaly started spreading in that direction. Now we've moved to the desert, and suddenly we're plagued by Jinn and sandstorms. To call it a coincidence would be a stretch.
Don't worry, we've gotten a lot stronger since our last... Ah!
appears the monsters native to the desert have been stirred by the Jin's.
You should get going. We'll take care of things here. You too.
Don't do anything too risky. You got it?
The Jinn are swarming out of Gurubad! Looks like our Hitler was right! Let's get inside and see what's going on!
Leave this place.
They just keep coming! How many of these things are there? We'll never take them all out! Let's just head further inside for now!
I better...
How dare you!
Receive my blessing. Stay your hand.
May I present?
Target spotted! All units at the ready.
The Patchouli! They must be using this place as a stronghold! Are they the ones behind all this? Fighting Jin with one hand and Patchouli with the other? That's sheer chaos!
The deception ends here. Can't hide the truth. Time to come clean. It all adds up. Shameless. Let's see what you're made of. Can't hide the truth.
The show begins!
Receive my blessing. With one heart, we...
Let my name echo in song! Unions converge.
The mystery unravels. It all falls into place.
Fix your
Learn to song for the everlasting.
You see that strange machine? Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that that's the thing wrecking Gurubad and setting all those dangerous Jinn free!
The target has reached the core zone. Requesting backup.
Backup en route! Stop him at all costs!
Careful! They're back again!
It all adds up. Seek within. No more lies. It all falls into place here. With one heart, we pray.
A moonlit night for all. Surge. The show begins!
It all adds up. The mystery unravels. Time to conclude. Can I
This hunk of Jim's got the punch! Now we can finally...
It seems my subordinates failed to stop you in your tracks.
Apologies, sir.
There is no need to apologize. You did well to hold your ground against such a powerful adversary for as long as you did. I must commend your courage and perseverance.
So, you're in charge here, huh? First the problems with Irminsul, now this mess in Gurabad? Are you the ones responsible for all this?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that. I assume you aren't naive enough to expect answers from an enemy.
Oh, this guy is so snooty! However you want to spin it, you're clearly involved in this somehow. So you can either start talking, or we'll have to make you talk. Let's get him! Traveler, what's wrong?
You're remarkably calm. Some would act more rashly upon finding the ringleader all alone. But you keep your cool. Even as your enemy, I must applaud you.
Did you show yourself just to say that?
Is this you trying to take back control of the conversation? Unfortunately, I really don't have anything to say to you. I am here merely to indulge my own curiosity. Your names are well known among the Fatui. Naturally, I wanted to observe you up close while I had the chance.
Hey! Don't treat us like we're some kind of exotic animals in a zoo!
Oh, I wouldn't dream of it. You seem rather predisposed to misunderstand me. I'm quite aware that you are both heroes of great renown. You have resolved crises in many nations and won countless allies along the way. I've been following your adventures with great admiration. My only regret is that the trajectory of your journey conflicts with our goals.
What do you mean, admiration? Sorry, but that sounds pretty weird coming from you.
I don't see why. We may happen to occupy opposing sides, but there is no cause for deep-seated enmity between us. To respect one's enemy is to respect oneself.
Well, now that you're observing us up close, what do you see?
I've observed as keenly as I can. Yet, while I endeavor to understand, your true strength remains a mystery to me. Violence is not my area of expertise either, so, you see, I would much rather converse with you like this than determine a victor with the edge of a blade. Besides, I've heard that even 3 moons in the sky fail to eclipse your brilliance. I know better than to bite off more than I can chew.
3 moons?
So you have a connection with the Harbinger.
Well deduced. Our commander, Dottore, died in Nodcry, but there are things that do not end with his departure. We must... Look at me. I almost divulged more than I should have.
What are you after? Revenge for Dottore? Or are you plotting something else?
I've said quite enough, I believe. There's no point in continuing this conversation, except to say, I've noticed that you seem to know your way around here quite well. A repeated visitor to Gurabad, are we?
Ugh.
I'll take that as a yes. Then I'm sure you'll have heard the story of this place. The mother of the Jinn, Lilupar, and the tragic tale of her vengeance that spanned 3 generations. It was right here that Lilupar once helped the wise to ascend to the throne. But from that moment on, every king who sat upon it was corrupted by power. These degenerate rulers lost control over their nation, and with it, the right to occupy that exalted seat.
What are you trying to say?
I once admired you for your adventures. That is the earnest truth. But it appears to me that your journey serves ultimately to uphold the rules of this world. Are these rules truly just? Does the heavenly principles rule with wisdom or folly? And how can we be sure that the Seven, who wield authority over the world, will not be corrupted?
Do you seriously think you're gonna convince us?
Convince you? I'm sure my commander already tried that. Why would I waste my breath doing the same? If a few words from a stranger were enough to make someone completely change their stance, it would only prove that they never had a firm will to begin with. I am merely stating my position, so that we might understand each other better. One's enemy in the present may not necessarily be an enemy for life. As for what game I'm playing here, I'm simply buying some time. But now I must bid you farewell. It was a wise decision not to attack me immediately. Since you did not fall for my ambush, I will now have to ask those in hiding to reveal themselves.
Leave this to us, sir.
Very well. I trust you to do what is necessary. Stall him while I execute the next step of the plan. Sumeru City, Irminsul.
Hey! Stop right there! Don't you dare leave without explaining yourself!
All units, stop them! Protect the commander!
Did you hear that? He mentioned Sumeru City and Irminsul! He definitely knows something! We can't let him get away! Get rid of these pesky soldiers, quick!
Rear guard to the front! Don't let them through!
It all adds up.
Get that thing in position!
Seek within. Hold on! Just a little longer! No more lies. Time to go clean. Receive my blessing. It all adds up.
We finally beat them! That mysterious guy can't have gotten far! Let's catch up with him! Found him! Oh,
You're very persistent.
hey you! Stop running and explain yourself! What are you trying to... What's this?
Relax. A small trap like this won't be enough to hold you. The sandstorms from Gurabad will die down soon enough, but this small window of time was all we needed to launch the next phase of our plan. Don't be discouraged. I knew that someone would come here eventually, so I planned ahead where to chat with you, which door to exit from, even which mechanism to wait by for you. I thought through every detail. You, meanwhile, know nothing of who I am. So far, you've only heard my voice, and for all you know, it may not even be real. But not to worry. This is only our first meeting. It shan't be our last.
Just answer me one last question. Why do you continue to follow Dottore? He has conducted countless cruel experiments, even on his subordinates.
Follow isn't quite the right word. Let's just say even those you see as villains have their friends, even if they aren't the most sincere of friendships. When any set of rules is established, there will be those who benefit and those who lose out. People will do anything to justify what they have gained or escape from the hardship imposed upon them. Neither he nor I are tolerated by the rules of this world. We were both searching for a new order. Our ideas of the final form that should take may have differed, but our journeys took a shared path. Goodbye, Traveler and Paimon. I wish you a timely escape, albeit not too soon. I will need a little more time to prepare, after all.
Hey! Come back! Wait,
Sino and his team are guarding the north. We'll take this side.
There's so many Jin!
Don't fret. I am well prepared for this situation.
Huh. So you have a solution?
Perhaps you're unaware that I have a trusty genie partner of my own, Plumpy. If I send her to negotiate with the off you go, Plumpy. Come on, what's the holdup? 5,000 mora. 20,000 mora. 100,000 mora. Final offer.
Ah, so she's a hired partner.
Hired partners are reliable too. Plumpy here is a highly skilled negotiator. You'll see. Just a few words from her and... Plumpy! Don't you Jin have any respect for the rules? This was supposed to be a negotiation! How dare you treat my messenger like... You wanna play rough? Two can play at that!
Looks like it's up to us now. Be careful.
Yes, Master.
What happened? How did I pass out? Never mind. Plumpy, it's time for revenge.
You know, this reminds me of when you first arrived in Avidia Forest. You were trying to help a child retrieve a lost toy when you stumbled upon Spinal Crocodile territory by mistake.
Yeah, I remember. Our first time fighting side by side.
Fighting side by side? I seem to recall swooping in to rescue you with a team of forest rangers.
Please stop.
And Shroud!
There's too many.
I can't believe I used 12 rare items in one battle.
Tainari, how's the situation on your end?
We held the line, though it was a close call. But it looks...
They've breached our defenses in the south. The Jin are...
We're hemmed in. This is getting precarious.
That's why we wanted to confirm your status. We need to consider our next move carefully.
Bad news! Another line of
Kale, go with them and assess the situation. Dory and I will hold...
But Master!
This is not a discussion, Kale. Don't worry about...
Wait, you can't... Oh, great. I've almost run out of the things I brought with me. And the...
Master!
Need any help?
Huh?
What is it, Kale?
If things continue like this, it won't be long before Aru village is overrun by Jin. And the sandstorms are short.
I don't care. Whoever...
The only one who can help is you. I am merely here to guide you along the... I am a spirit created at the beginning. I am a flickering illusion. I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes of the Creator.
What do you mean?
It doesn't matter. You don't need to understand it. Just repeat after me.
Watch out! Jin incoming!
I am a spirit created at the beginning.
Here goes nothing. I am a spirit created at the beginning.
I am a flickering illusion.
I am a flickering illusion.
What's wrong, Plumpy? I've never seen...
But...
Do you know what Kale is reciting?
I am the shimmering light that flows from the eyes of the Creator.
song composed by the goddess of flowers. But very few records of it remain, even in historical texts. All we have is Kale an avid
Not to my knowledge.
The Jinn have actually quieted down. Although... Oh.
Clearly, the songs left by the goddess of flowers have a soothing effect.
Really? Let me try. I am a spirit. Stay away! I'll stop!
It seems like the song only works when Kale...
Kale.
Any luck?
When I heard that loud rumbling in the distance, I thought the shifting sands had bust open the gates to some ancient treasure vault.
Huh? Wait, that sounds like...
It's been a long while. Did you miss me? Let's save the catching up for later. First, I gotta get you guys. This should be the right mechanism. Ben, can you handle it? There we go. Come on, let's leave this.
Those Fatui sure made themselves scared.
The Fatui? They came to.
Yep. No idea what they're planning this time.
How have you been, Jet?
Well, since we last met, I've started my own band of mercs. We've actually made quite a name for it. Oh, yeah. On a slightly different note, I finally took care of Masaira. Not much to write home about. It was just another day. Found his hideout. Dragged him out of his cozy little bed. He tried to talk me into seeing his point of view, as usual. But I'm way past that by now. There was nothing he could say to save his life. What about you guys? Bet you'd forgotten all about me and...
Of course not! We're super duper best friends!
Wow. Sounds like I should make time to visit some other...
Oh, right. I almost forgot.
Oh, that bottle?
Yeah! We need her Here's hoping we actually managed to find her, after all the trouble we've been through. Let's see. Aha! Found her!
What a long dream that was. It's been a while. Oh, and you're here too, little wildcat. The four of us back together again. In truth, it was at first. I was none too pleased when those miscreants barged in. But it did give me the chance to reunite with you, dear master. So I shall overlook their folly. After we last parted ways, I merged with the land beneath Gurabad to suppress the dark calamities stirring in the depths. It rekindled the flame of vengeance within the Jinn, depriving Gurabad of any hope of peace. I fought against it for a long, long time. Until one day, I sensed a change in a foreign land to the west. Suddenly, the pitch-black abyss fell silent. Once satisfied that that dark power could no longer bewitch the Jinn, I too fell into a deep slumber, from which I have only now awoken. Why have you returned to Gurabad, my master? And why is my sand-swept homeland in disarray once more?
Well, basically, Sumeru's in danger and a lot of our friends are affected. Some bad guys messed around with Irminsul and now they've released the Jinn in here. We managed to chase off the culprits, but we have no idea how to seal this place back up and stop the sandstorms.
Child's play. I shall quell the Jinn and scatter the storm.
Thank you, Lilupar.
No need to thank me, my master. I have granted many wishes in my time, and this was the most trivial of them all.
The sandstorm's gone. The sun shines bright again. When I said that we'd meet again under a lovelier sun, this was exactly how I imagined it.
Yay! Although, honestly, Paimon would love to hang out with you more, even if the weather sucked. Well, there shouldn't be any more Jinn breaking out, right? Are we okay to head back?
Sounds good. You can introduce...
Another adventure begins. Lovely.
The storms have stopped! We should be able to get to the Temple of Silence without any problems now. Time to regroup!
So, this is the Temple of Silence. I've heard the Nagarjanites mention it in passing, but I never imagined it would be this big. It's colossal.
I thought the temple moved to the rainforest ages ago. When did they scamper back and...
I don't know. This plan sounds a little too risky for my liking.
Even in King Deshret's day, this was experimental technology. We have...
Well, unless you know of another viable alternative for the Akasha terminal, I'm afraid this is our only option.
The plan is sound, and the risks are manageable. However, if we are to proceed, we must act quickly. The scale of this project is enormous. Even with Carve, Faruzan, and every other scholar of
You're back. Everything all right?
Friends of yours?
Pretty much everyone in the Temple of Silence.
Hello, I'm Jet, and this is Lilupar.
Oh. Pleased to meet you.
Who's they?
Huh? Do people not say that?
Not in the desert. Friends you can trust, but friends of friends? Gotta keep an eye on them. Still, I do...
The sandstorms have calmed down. I take it the Gurabad problem is resolved? What did you find?
And after getting all smarmy with us, he trapped us there.
Wow.
So...
Yeah? Is there something weird?
I assume you are naive and well deduced.
Are you wondering about his true identity? Or do you think there's a big...
I wouldn't go as far as to call it a conspiracy. Just a simple fact. The most important thing for now is to solve the immediate problem. Perhaps that man knew you wouldn't have the resources to investigate his background and so didn't put much effort.
This This is all getting a little cryptic for me. I'll let you guys talk. Aren't you with the Blazing Beasts? What a coincidence.
We're mercs. You can run into us anywhere.
So, did you find the solution you were looking for in the...
You bet we did. So far, we've discussed a plan and verified its feasibility. Building a new system from scratch is out of the question. So our only option is to modify the Akasha using certain resources we hope to find in the mausoleum.
According to certain sources in the Temple of Silence, there is a core device in King Deshret's mausoleum known as Aru. Little is known about this device, and if these sources prove correct, the energy contained within Aru may be sufficient to... However, this raises difficult questions regarding technological integration.
Yeah, but I'm sure they'll reach a compromise once they've argued. The people of the rainforest are always cautious when it comes to desert technology. But times of crisis like this...
Wait, Paimon, is this the same Aru we've heard of before? It's sealed off, right?
Well remembered. According to our records, Aru was the most brilliant creation King Deshret ever conceived of. Built by divine and mortal artisan. That being said, until recently, I wouldn't have been optimistic that the place even exists. The only reason I'm inclined to believe it now...
Paimon totally gets that. When Paimon first... Do you guys still remember that? The Ibis King...
I think I remember. What causes our rise and fall?
Yeah. Oh, if only Nefer were here. She's dealt with the Ibis King before.
Not cry. Funny.
Huh?
Yeah. Had another lady with her too. Both said they knew you. They contacted the sages, claiming they might...
Really? Yes, really. One of them said she's made Nodcry her home. If she...
Looks like betting on Aru was the...
See? They're right over there.
Nicole!
Why, hello! It's a good thing we left early. We almost got
locked out.
Oh, you haven't heard? An invisible barrier has appeared around Sumeru's No one can leave and no one can enter.
Are the Fatui behind this?
Actually, no. This has nothing to do with them. I suspect Ermin's soul is the source of Tevat's ley lines after all. And I imagine this function was put in place to seal the entire region off in the event of serious damage, preventing the disaster from spreading to the rest.
But doesn't that mean that the people here won't be able to escape to other...
Currently, that does appear to be the case, which is precisely why I am here. This is a critical moment for the world, and Sumeru...
I'm surprised you managed to convince her to come back to Sumeru.
Indeed. Even for someone of my wisdom and eloquence, this...
And why should it concern me that Sumeru's in trouble?
Judging by your tone?
Sounds like you don't know much about my past. And
all I know is that the Ibis King is the source of your power. He was quite a prominent moon envoy once upon a time. So I do know. As for your past, I have ways to learn the full story if I wish to. But everyone has
I'm glad you see it that way, Miss. I've chosen to call Nodcry home, which is why I did my part in its hour of need. That doesn't mean world savings become a habit with me. I have no particular desire.
I understand. Human emotions do not appear and disappear without cause. There is always a reason to... Still, if time has taught me anything, it's that human emotions are often complex and but that's where we angels come in. Our duty, ultimately, is to guide people towards their deepest, truest. So I wish to hear about your past, because I do not believe you are motivated by hatred alone. And if we still arrive at different conclusions... Wait, what? But I set the atmosphere...
Is it? Maybe I'm not so good at reading the atmosphere. You're right, Nicole. There's more to me than just hatred. But I don't think that your guidance can change my mind. The all-consuming sands,
Do you wish to shake them up?
No. I hope to remember them forever. those emotions and memories.
In that case.
Sure. It's not every day you get to hear.
A long, long time ago, when the angels still walked freely upon the earth, monotonous work, lukewarm relationships, things weren't nearly as interesting as they are now. And yet, since the angels' demise, human emotions are often attached to a person, a place, or an object. When those things are gone, if Sumeru were destroyed, both rainforest and desert would be no more. With the object of your hatred wiped from existence, both love and hate are intense emotions. But they are not
most sophisticated, Miss Nicole. But anyone focused on the future could only ever applaud the destruction of the thing. Still, I'm a special case. Someone once told me that human memory is more selective than a Mora-hungry merchant choosing between customers. We all, as much as I dislike Sumeru, this is no way for it to perish.
How much will you need? You're not gonna milk this for all it's worth, are you? I'll be upfront with you. I don't have much more on me. If that's what you need, I could borrow some from Alice. Or perhaps I could pay in sculptures. The ones I carve are actually worth quite a...
Just cover my travel expense.
Huh?
That's all. Given all the people I owe favors to, I can just about justify a trip to Sumeru. Yehoda!
Here, boss! What do you need?
I'm going back to Sumeru for a while. While I'm away, you'll...
Me? I'm in charge? Whoa! Don't... And that was how the ingenious Angel Nicole brought you the perfect person for the job in your hour of need.
That was far more detailed than necessary. Not lacking in... I never thought I'd return. Especially not the desert. But life doesn't always go as planned. What's Candace up to? I don't think I've seen her yet.
She's still taking care of things in our village. Should be joining us before too long. Oh, and sorry. Hope we're not interrupting anything.
We're planning to go to the mausoleum of King Deshret to look for the legendary Aru.
According to records in the Temple of Silence, the mausoleum houses something called Aru's Chute.
We still have some time before we leave.
By the way, who are these two new faces?
Just call me Nefer. I'm based in Nodcry. Did I hear you mention...
Correct.
Well, I happen to have a connection with one of the 3 retainers imprisoned inside, the Ibis King. I'm here to get things done, so if you don't mind...
That sounds perfect.
Miss Nefer, are you from the desert by any chance?
Why do you ask?
I don't know. There's a familiar air about you. Plus, you mentioned Candace. Sorry, I'm Dia, an Eremite mercenary.
I'm on good terms with Dory, and she's mentioned you all before. It's nice to finally put faces to the name. However, my associate here is probably less well acquainted with you.
Actually, I'm a little better acquainted than you might think.
Huh. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? It looked like you spoke with...
Ventriloquism. I have heard tell of it before.
What is it, Kale?
It's you! You're the voice who's been speaking in my head, aren't you? You encouraged me to report my dreams to the Dendro Archon.
I have many titles, but let's go with the most pertinent one. I am Nicole Rain, an angel who has lived since ancient times.
An angel? Sounds like a big deal, but,
Well, we're a rather long-living race of beings. Not gods, technically, but we can still tell you a lot of
Yep! And she's also an amazing sculptor!
You could say she's a real...
Well, ma'am, if both the Traveler and Paimon give you rave reviews, you must be pretty impressed.
Oh, please don't call me ma'am. I find it so awkward when people get too formal with... Just relax and be...
Miss Nicole? If it's okay.
Yes, you may.
I can see your heart is filled with confusion, and I also know which questions you want to ask me. Why did you dream of Sumeru City in disarray? I can guide you to the truth, but it involves a personal secret. I thought we were going to speak alone. This is a...
What's wrong with it? Even the doctors at Dar al-Shifa allow patients to be a...
Well, if Kale doesn't mind her secret being revealed, I have no problem with it.
Thanks for being so considerate, Miss Nicole. I don't know what secret you mean, but whatever it is, they're
Closest friends! It's so nice to hear that.
all right. In that Kale, are you aware that there are god remains inside your body?
I am. When I was young, I got sick with Elazar. The Fatui convinced my mom and dad that they could help, and I was sent to an unfamiliar place. There were a lot of other kids just like me there. This creepy guy injected us with some strange medicine, which I heard contained... I can still remember the pain like it was yesterday. But thanks to the friends who've stuck by me all this time, I've gradually been able... Anyway. So, you're saying that what happened to me...
Yes. Those were the remains of Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers.
What?
Huh. Fascinating. You don't seem surprised like the rest of us.
The possibility crossed my mind when Kale recited the Goddess of Flowers song and calmed the Jinn.
You made Paimon jump! What are you doing here, Lilupar?
I was merely passing through when I heard the name of the Goddess of Flowers. Be assured that I share your surprise. You, with the hat. Are you certain? I sense no trace of the Lord of Flowers within her.
Well, it is a very small fragment. Unless special methods are used to manifest its power, even her closest acquaintances would find it near impossible to detect. After the goddess passed away, her remains were scattered across the desert. King Deshret gathered all the pieces he could find and buried them in the Eternal Oasis. Eventually, the Fatui must have found a way to track some of them down. Presumably for... You're more shaken than I thought. In one sense, you've been extraordinarily lucky. So many people who yearn for this kind of power never attain it, yet you have coexisted.
I don't know what to say. I'm glad that I could help everyone with this power, really. But knowing that a
Well, people value their autonomy very highly. Even a well-intentioned intruder can shake...
I understand how you feel, Kale. But once you get used to it, you'll...
I guess you of all people have a good reason to speak on this.
2 good reasons, in fact. Incidentally, 3 is the maximum number of Hermanubis' Ba fragments that I could bear.
Let me guess. Because 2's company but 3's a crowd?
Thanks for helping to explain.
Not my intent.
Goddess preserve me. I should take my leave. This boy in his wolf's head hat speaks much too differently from the Hermanubis I remember.
Kale, all I'm trying to say is, no matter how many Hermanubis fragments there are within me, you wouldn't think of me as Hermanubis. In the same way...
Yeah. So about that dream I had, was it...
Yes. Just like me, she was an angel created by the primordial humans, born with the instinct to guide. Though her body and soul have perished, her essence retains its natural instincts. Even her smallest remaining fragments would do their utmost to send you that warning. The mother of dreams? Lord of flowers and oases? She must have had...
but I still don't understand.
Yes. Why indeed? You weren't the only... I suspect it may be because of the firm will you showed in the face of suffering. She was likely a Of course, This doesn't mean you have to shoulder any extra responsibility. As this young man. All right. Any further questions from the family members of the patient? If not,
Let's move out.
We all hope it'll work. But will we really be able to open Aru? And even if all 7 pillars of King Deshret agree to let us proceed...
Haven't you handled other big...
I mean, the biggest project I've worked on to date is probably the palace...
Look on the bright side. At least this time you're actually here when Sumeru needs you most. You won't have to come asking me for details after.
Mock me all you want. But now that I'm here, things will be resolved
Kave's self-doubt disappeared in an instant.
Well, this confidence is most gladdening. Now, go and...
I hope everyone's ready. We'll be arriving at our destination very shortly.
Why, we've not seen so many... closer in...
You surmise correctly.
Ho, enormous, you say? Why, you've even put a smile on Goatee. I know that laugh. Lilapar? What on earth?
Oh, this is hilarious. Turns out good things really do come to those who wait. As long as... When did you 3 get locked up in here? And still you act all high and mighty, putting on a...
Why, you... Yes, I know. No need to shout. You're right, Lilapar. But didn't King Deshret seal you away?
Who knows? Perhaps you can ask my master one day. Behold, the executioners of old. Some have turned into fragments residing in human bodies, and others are imprisoned. It's almost tragic, watching lowly prisoners like you act all self-important. Curiosity gnaws at you, doesn't it?
I'm starting to take a liking to this magic bottle
Time is of the... We come to you, O 3 ancient lords, to request your assistance on behalf of the Academia. If we can help you regain... As for precisely what we need your help with, it's a long story.
So... All right, stop arguing, Croco. And Goatee, don't you start. What's the harm in letting her speak? It's not worth getting so angry about. But do you really have a way to answer them? You once answered the final question, Nefer, but the seal didn't. Unless, with the passage of time...
You could say so. When you first asked me what determines truth and falsehood, my answer was liars are the best at seeing through the falsehoods of the world. But if you want them to tell you the truth...
I think that makes sense.
I found it quite compelling myself, and I told Nefer so.
Well, that's simply because it was my answer. Not the one
Can you guess which answer Allah...
Time. And that's not only the answer to the final question. All things wax and wane with the passage of time. Love and current affairs are always fraught with conflict and controversy. You once described King Deshret as a proud man. I'd say that the prouder someone is...
Indeed. Perhaps in building Aru, our king was in fact attempting to reverse time, to bring love and hate.
This is the most eventful day I have experienced in a long, long...
Are those 3 of the 7?
Turns out the statues were quite faithful to...
You 3 seem to be in...
Prison can help a person grow and learn to cherish what they have. Nevertheless, after everything you've done for me, I sincerely hope you never have... Hello, Nefer.
It's good to see you, Thoth, the Ibis King.
Nice, nice, nice. Definitely puts my mind at ease.
Should we maybe introduce her?
Sure. I'm Sethos, the current leader of the Temple of Silence. This is General Mahamatra Sino. And this is the former Spantamot sage.
Everything is equally new to us, in truth. We've been gone from this mortal world.
Let's hold off on the introductions for now. We can always ask Nefer about you later.
You're like a helpless parrot. Gods and people of yore are not necessarily welcome in today's world. Self-awareness is one of my finest qualities. I thought
Is that so? Well, I think we'll take it in stride, just as we did with the 3 questions. Let's not forget, it was my...
Fair point.
And I must praise you for your wisdom.
I'm sorry?
Why, your tremendous accomplishments deserve a reward, do they not? You must let us...
General Mahama...
I won't beat around the bush. Sumeru is facing a crisis the likes of which have never been seen before.
Every calamity throughout the ages has been connected to us in one way or another.
Whatever is wrong with Irmin's soul, it severely affected the Dendro Archon. She fell into a coma.
The Dendro Dragon? I'm sorry. The Dendro Dragon is helping...
Not a pep, surely. Not vicious, cruel, a pep who possesses no virtues aside from her.
Oh, I shudder to think what could have caused Lesser Lord Kusanali to suffer such a plight. Still, why would the Dendro Dragon lend you her aid? She has always held nothing but contempt for the Archons.
You can help us make history, too.
Currently, no one can connect to Irmin's soul. We hope that by opening up Aru and making some modifications to it, we can...
Unfortunately, Aru is an imperfect creation. King Deshret never managed to realize his full vision before his death. Much remains to be done if it is to be... Besides, I hear your reasons, but to give Aru up...
The archaeological records clearly indicate that although Aru's construction took a long time, it was not beyond human means to achieve. Modern tech...
This is by no means a threat. But the only reason we helped you escape from Aru was to gain the necessary leverage to You asked us to state our wishes, and we have. Each one of us here needs your help, as do all the thousands of people living in...
What do we think, my fellow old fogies? Shall we...
Since you ask so nicely...
Naturally what? Are you for?
I simply mean we shall do what comes... You claim that you wish to open Aru. Know you then that the golden slumber created by King
We do. We understand.
In all likelihood, the mortal world will never again be able to replicate King Deshret's work. Never will there be another chance to come so close to creating a utopia.
We are sure.
If your minds are made up, very well. Saint Shezepank, Saint Bennu, once you surrendered to silence and were buried with King Deshret. But now, we invoke...
Saint Bennu, responding to your call. 3 kings detected. And
Saint Shezepank, responding to your call.
Lord Hereshov. What a long time.
Then your trust in my well-being has long outlived your physical body. You have always opened with that same phrase.
Al-Akhmar is long gone. What is the...
You're awake? Good. We are voting on whether to give the people of present-day Sumeru access to Aru and permit them to perform technological renovations. You have...
Aru is the pride of Al-Akhmar. Opening Aru requires the unanimous consent of the 7 pillars.
Sumeru is currently in the midst of a major calamity. Let us not forget that while Allah, a god without his people, shall cease to exist, and King Deshret's greatest wish was to provide protection for his people. Let us then...
I do not mean to mock these proceedings, but what is the point of a unanimous vote when we know that the last of the 7 pillars, the Dendro Dragon Apep, will never communicate with us?
This will no doubt surprise your mechanical mind, and I have no intention of trying to persuade you, it is true. But Apep is, in fact, healing.
Huh? Can someone attest to this? Do we...
I ask the 3 kings. Can any of...
Naturally, the Ibis King.
What?
It was Thoth's disciples who revealed the truth to us. We need not debate its veracity. Simply let Thoth bear accountability. That way the rest of us may have a clear conscience.
Hershef, you diabolic!
I awakened our former colleagues for you, supported your opinion, and backed your decision.
I miss the days when Hermanubis was still around. At times like...
What are you trying to say? Is my word worth less?
Hypocrite though you are, Lord Thoth, you are humorous in equal measure. How could we bear not to associate with a character such as you? I, Saint Shez...
Since King Deshret is no more, we shall receive no reprimand for acting beyond our remit. Nevertheless, remember, the moment that Aru is liberated, the myriad souls residing within the Golden Slumber will return to the ley lines. To take this step is to bring the perfect afterlife created by our king.
We understand that well, and we have decided to proceed regardless. Furthermore, the contemporary human perspective would contend that confining souls in this way is no act of benevolence.
King Deshret's creation is clearly a place of rest and peace.
Hermanubis' representative and the Dendro Dragon Apep made their choice ahead of time. While the Goat King, Ibis King, and Crocodile King, by the grace of His Majesty, guided by his wisdom and will,
What's this? Are we... No.
Here you are.
Father.
It's Chet's father, Jibriel! That's right! He entered the Golden Slumber!
I smell blood and sand on you. You've grown.
You have to leave, don't you? Please.
This meeting is a blessing from the gods. My soul, once imprisoned along with that of Semayu, is finally free. That the dead should meet the living is itself a miracle. One brief, precious moment is enough. Do not weep for me, Jet. I know you will accomplish many great things in your life. You will go further and climb higher than I ever did. All I ask is that you take good care.
Father.
Hey, Jet. Do you want some...
I'm fine. Thanks, Paimon. It was just a little sudden. He was trapped in the Golden Slumber for our sake. And now, after all this...
You've grown strong, Jet.
Yeah. I'll leave the past in my memory where it belongs. My family. Goodbye, Father.
Ah, me, what a touching reunion that was. We 3 retainers, once imprisoned for our iniquity, are surely the least qualified to judge whether this deed is good or bad. Although Aru was created by a god, human craftsmanship was nevertheless required to build the gate that connects it to this world.
As for your proposed renovations, we cannot determine which functions to keep or discard. Proceed as you see fit, but Please entrust the task to your most accomplished scholars, or Bennu will be most displeased.
It matters not. The Ibis King shall be accountable if any problems arise. Ibis, you chose to take on disciples, and so it follows that you must
If I'd known you'd be like this, I would have locked all of you away in Aru, never to—
All of us? What does this have to do with me?
vilify me no further. Scholars, since you have liberated Aru, using Aru's power, we shall install a defense mechanism at our king's mausoleum. You must be guarded even against Irminsul itself. This shall unseen and unheard. From this moment forth, none may by sight or hearing perceive anything said or—
Amazing. And
with technology from the heavens, the possibilities are endless. Just because King Deshret did not use it for this purpose does not mean that it cannot be done. So, marvel away.
All right. Well, that resolves the issue of confidentiality. What about the technical side?
Why, yes. I've already contacted them. They'll be here soon.
You must be the ones tasked by the Academia with renovating Aru?
that's right. Good afternoon. I'm Kaveh, and these two are Termezi and Naisaburi. Hey, I'll hate them. Come and introduce yourself.
We've met before. This is Thoth, the Ibis King, and everyone knows these two. Afternoon, gentlemen.
I've only ever seen these two in murals.
Ah, the paintings in the temple. They show us chatting, playing cards, playing chess. Precisely the activities we most enjoy, funnily enough.
No, only you enjoy playing chess.
I wouldn't go that far.
Back to the matter at hand. A preliminary assessment by the Academia indicates that this project requires expertise in various disciplines, including the deciphering of ancient texts, mechanical engineering, the restoration of ancient ruins. The most capable minds in their respective fields are here before you. If there—
The artisans who built Aru for Al-Ahmar gave their very lives.
I didn't know that. We'll do our best, of course, but we—
Such brazen words. Humans these days—
No, that's not what he meant. Please, don't mind him. He shares your sentiments, just not your, penchant for hyperbole. Assuming—
I just think it's important to manage
Forgive my lack of courtesy. But we simply can't sacrifice our lives to the gods on completion of the project like people in the legends of old. Here's a first draft of the project proposal for your perusal. Please let us know if you have any requests. Normally, I'd have made it look a lot more visually appealing, but we were really pressed for time on this occasion. I hope you'll forgive me if it's a little rough.
Naturally.
If my fellow ministers deem this meager display of respect sufficient, I suppose
Why are you so preoccupied with the ostentatious displays of respect to Al-Ahmar? We should be trying to make things easy for them. You never know. We might have to rely on these young people to look after us in our old age.
Exactly.
This is Aru's mainframe. Be reminded to use it with
We certainly will.
You may attempt to lay out punishment should you so desire, though I'm afraid it would be futile. You and I both know that certain components of Aru can only—
King Deshret always believed in humanity. Still, The reason that Aru's modules are designed that way is not so much because he trusted them.
Is that true? No wonder human artisans helped to build Aru then. He actually required humanist...
Naturally.
Have you noticed that the Goat King keeps giving superficial responses? It's like he's just going through the motions and leaving the real debate to his colleague.
He understands the art of perfunctory speech. That's what earned him his position as the Minister of Ministers. It seems the rumors about King Deshret being a poor judge of character are based...
Excuse me for being blunt, but it sounds suspiciously like you're putting yourself on a pet...
You're mistaken. And while there's nothing strictly wrong with making every conversation about yourself...
You? Whatever. I knew it'd be like this working with you. All right, let me past. I need to look at this console.
It's your job to activate it after all. Everyone, please proceed with the external checks and preparations as per the procedures out...
Hello there, youngsters.
Whoa, the Ibis King came to...
What do you mean, came to life? I've been a...
You did say we could start our research, right?
I've reviewed the proposal. The work you're planning to carry out on this grand device is ambitious in its scope. You have ample confidence in your...
I wouldn't say I'm feeling hugely confident, but given how bad things are, I'd rather...
You are the top scholars of your day. I trust you are aware that there are countless links between...
Aru and the Akasha? I thought the Akasha was the Academia's greatest technological accomplishment. Created...
And you too?
You've read the instruction manual.
An instruction manual? The Akasha has an instruction manual? The Dendro...
It used to sit on a shelf in the corner at the House of Dana. Not the most popular. If the manual is to be believed, Aru was in fact the original inspiration for...
What? But there are so few records about Aru anywhere. And practically none of the scientific expeditions into the desert had anything...
But this is something you could not possibly have known. You may have heard many stories about the desert, but what is the most important aspect of history? Consider this...
I'm from Vahomana?
Precisely. And a large part of veracity is the chronological order I may as well tell you. In the beginning, Nabu Malikata, the goddess of flowers, descended upon Sumeru. The glory of the heaven was within her. Then she created the Jinn, enlightened them, and ordered them to serve her. Two other gods also walked upon this land where wisdom flowed. It was the first and greatest alliance. We should speak with reverence of this covenant between the three, which transcended both time and life. For they promised all the great changes in Sumeru's history began with the goddess of flowers. For King Deshret's sake, she pried into the secrets of Celestia, and for this was burned to ash. So grieved was King Deshret by her passing, that he lost all interest in state affairs, and devoted himself instead to the knowledge that she had brought back. It was after learning of the technology from that floating island in the sky that he first conceived, and so the Akasha was inspired by Aru, while the...
Well, if the two share a common technological origin, then connecting one system to the other is...
Unbelievable. Have you no reverence at all?
No, I do, but there's no time for that. The schedule is too tight.
Perhaps you could try coming up with our cutoff.
You know what it's like having to turn around 5 different drafts in one day? I wouldn't wish it on my worst...
Yeah, also, Sir Ibis King, you don't plan on getting directly involved at all.
Yes, well, you strike us more as having come to give a popular science lecture. Or, wait, does this count?
Neither. Anyway, this sounds like...
Still, if Aru is so powerful, why didn't King Deshret use it for more ambitious ends?
Because it was never fully completed. King Deshret had grand plans, but in the beginning, his wish was to create something that could rival the very world itself. The Lord of Flower, what he desired, she bestowed, and thus was knowledge brought into the world. Her courage and sacrifice had to be honored with the most splendid of monuments, or King Deshret would show. And that monument, built from knowledge and technology. At that time, King Deshret said the following to the Lord of Dendro. Since we share an eternal covenant, I shall never be your enemy. Hence, the fruit of wisdom from the heavens is not to be devoured. Remember, it is not that I lack the power to become the enemy of wisdom. Yet you and she have taught me much and shown me kindness. In the end, Aru was only used to store a portion of the souls. It was but a primitive form of the masterwork the king had envisaged. His final hope.
So the point you're making is, King Deshret was both powerful and ambitious, and he only ceased his imperious ways out of affection for the goddess of flowers and the Dendro Archon. You could see this as an act of mercy, but you could also see it as the sentiments that lay between these three gods placing constraints on him. This was, after all, the found.
This explains why Aru was both a prison and a monument, and why the answer to the three questions was time.
You have to be careful who you get involved with, or you invite all manner of misfortune. This is as true for gods as it is for humans. Love is the same. It is both a prison and a monument. All right, let us pause the story here for now. Seeing as you've been so diligent, who's in charge again?
Ah, yes, me.
Now then. Wisdom hides in the space between the tangible and the intangible. It is to convey the incommunicable through the simple. By the power of King Deshret, I shall grant you a glimpse into the unseen secrets that lie at the threshold of existence.
Where did this come from? Is it a new mechanism?
It looks more like some form of externalized information. You've rendered it visible?
Just as the Akasha allows you to access a greater range of knowledge, the power of our king permits one to perceive ingenuities that do not belong to this world. This is no ordinary mechanism. Whether you choose to increase or decrease, keep or discard.
Looks mechanical to me. Better let me handle it, just in case.
Turn around.
So that's where the elevator is. Obelisks were used to record important information in the ancient desert civilization. Hey, Alhaitham, there's some writing here I'll need. I've sent it to your screen.
Got it.
Take a look and tell me what it says. Oh, and I'll send any other similar text to...
Let's start with this one. Looks like cultural information for...
If so, I suggest you delete it.
Words thrown together merely for fun.
Well, as long as you're certain that this is strictly private information, that's fine.
It is unimportant.
All right, well, I guess I'll start now. Found some more. Sending them over to you now.
These are all reports about the Gurubad conflict.
Can we delete them?
I'd say so. Most of this information has already been archived anyway.
What if there are details in there that Vahumana missed? What are we supposed to do if they come after us in the future?
They'll just have to live with it. If we don't resolve these issues now, there won't even be an academia in the future, let alone a Vahumana Darshan.
Yeah, you're right. There's some other similar monuments nearby. I'll check them out. Another monument.
Hold on.
You're still reading it? How long is it?
It records the development and governance of the Oasis civilization. Most of it concerns the Jinn, but
Is it important?
Some of it. There was no way for me to read the whole thing in its entirety, so I had to rely on my intuition to pick the...
What about the artisans' records? What do they mention?
They're speculations, mostly. For instance, they were wondering how to protect themselves if King Deshret decided to silence them after the construction of Aru was complete.
Sounds like pure mythology to me. Surely that kind of thing didn't really...
The records do emphasize that this was merely their conjecture based on various myths. Still, the artisans did leave details of their plans to survive in...
Even that got recorded? Okay, well, I'll make a copy of this first before I delete it.
Is that truly necessary? You won't be needing those.
No, the blueprints are important. I want to keep them as a memento. I think that should just about do...
It meets the requirements of the contingency plans, so we should be good.
I gotta say, it's the strangest feeling. This cross between... It's like drifting between life and death. Or in and out of a dream. Using my own hands to manipulate illusions that are forever out of reach.
Chasing dreams in the most literal sense. Definitely a novel experience.
What happens if my spirit just floats away?
That won't happen. Anyway, I wouldn't celebrate just yet if I were you. There's likely to be a phase 2 of this project.
All right. I'd better keep my wits about me then.
Traveler from afar, do you worry for the fate of...
Whoa! It's so...
Greetings, Crocodile King.
Please be at ease. I'm just here to chat with...
Sounds like you really care...
Yes, although to be exact, it is a mixture of...
Speaking of Nihida, Paimon was what...
Wait a moment.
What did...
I tried calling out to a pep, But this can only mean that she is focusing all her energy on taking care of lesser.
All the gods who serve King Deshret seemed super surprised to hear that Apep agreed to help Nahida. Guessing she made it.
Are you aware of the history between her and our king? The story begins a long time ago. Al-Ahmar was always a wishful thinker with a dendro. That was when our king was at the height of his power. Ibis Goti and I were no match for him. And so we chose to submit and serve as his ministers. To Apep, Al-Ahmar's pride and sense of superiority were nothing but ignorance and hubris. In fact, they fought numerous times. But in the end, King Deshret coveted the power of Celestia. His final act was to trick the dragon into swallowing him whole, leaving her to bear. The Dendro Dragon stands for the glory of a bygone era. She hated Al-Ahmar and what he represents, and so her willingness to help the Dendro Archon through this crisis comes as a great surprise indeed. It makes one wonder whether, perhaps, the Dendro...
Yep, Nahida did...
So Lesser Lord Kusanali put an end to... As much as she loathes the Seven, Apep knows kindness when she sees it. No...
Yeah, that's the sense we got from dealing with...
She is not incapable of coexisting with other living things. Rather, she actively chooses to avoid coexistence. All of this being said, I wouldn't expect too much from her if I were you. Nothing will change her hatred towards humanity and gods.
We'll keep that... Anyway, how much longer do you think Nahida needs to stay with Apep? For all we know, the Fatui might still be in the desert. Just to be I'm alright, Paimon. Huh? Was that Nahida's voice?
It seems the treatment was...
Since when do my deeds require your evaluation?
Here will do just fine.
I had no intention of taking you any further. One ought not expect greater generosity than they have earned.
You always hide your kindness away like an oasis within a sandstorm. Only those who make it through the swirling winds can know just how beautiful that oasis is. And how much hope it brings.
You dare appraise my being?
No. I'm expressing my gratitude. I want to thank you for sharing your precious life force with me.
Awake already. You are more resilient than I thought.
Pep, I feel much better. Thank you.
Gods and their gratitude mean little to me. I would rather you give me your assurance that the situation with Irminsul and Sumeru's ley lines will be competently managed. If I suffer any ill effects from the ley lines, you, as the god of this land, will be held responsible. And you would not enjoy being held to account by me.
I understand what you require, but I would assume this task even if you did not demand it. Sumeru is my responsibility. I must resume my duties as soon as possible.
A farcical notion. God of Sumeru, I hope you realize how unextraordinary your strength...
And yet, maybe it is precisely what defines me. A god of wisdom is not meant to rule by force.
Then hold steady. We go forth.
Well, I'll be. Is that a pep? Do my eyes deceive me? Of all places, the Dendro Dragon has decided to visit the mausoleum of King Deshret?
I see that after all this time, Al-Ahmar's menagerie of ministers remain as vile as ever.
It's a pleasure, Dendro Dragon. Had you arrived but a little sooner, you might have attended a meeting of the Seven Pillars.
What a nauseating thought. You are not the first insects I have had the displeasure of dealing with today. A swarm of them tugged on my tail on my way over. Goodness knows what hovels they crawled from. Why do all the creatures of this world remain so lowly after all this time?
What did you do with them?
I cast them away. What would you have me do? Keep them as trinkets? Booer, this is where we shall part ways. To be clear, I do not wish to see you or anyone else here ever again, unless absolutely necessary.
Then I wish you peace as you return to your dwelling place.
It matters not to me. Simply refrain from bothering me again.
A force to be reckoned with. At times like this, I feel glad that she has no interest in any of this.
Hold on, just hold on, okay? We're almost there. We made it. Huh? Wait, that voice. It's... Uh-oh, I'm gonna fall. Well, that's a relief. A pair of safe hands indeed.
The Dendro Archon's familiars. They are the last thing I expected to see here.
Huh? Wait, what are the Aranara doing here? Don't you guys hate the desert? Obviously I was worried about the Dendro Archon. I've been supporting them with my Pari powers the whole way here. Oh, you seem pretty nervous. Is it because there are too many people around? Not just people. It's all these non-human beings, too. It's hard on them. I can't believe you made such a long and dangerous journey just for my sake. I appreciate your support so much. Thank you all. I'll have to ask everyone to wait while I help our new arrival settle in. Once I'm done, I'll gather everyone. Traveler, Paimon, shall we find a place for our Awesome! What? Well, first I have some questions. Okay, I think that... Hello, everyone. It's only us. It must be very tough for you coming all the way out here, especially since you don't like the Voluka. Is everyone back in Vanarana? Everyone's here. Good. Are you okay? You look like you were about to pass out. Then you're forgetting who I am. Don't. Red Oh, excuse me. Are you? I suppose everyone is gathered here because of me. As we can see, the situation. I can't thank you enough. Right now, we're focused on restructuring Aru, processing excess information, and helping restore everyone's confidence. I can help too! Just let... Up to no good? That traveler, Paimon. I have other work to attend to here that needs to take priority. No problem. Thank you. There's one other thing. If you are to work alongside the people of Sumeru, you will need to make yourselves visible to them. There's nothing to fear. No one here will hurt you. But if you do feel afraid, don't... Very well. Now, I shall bestow a small blessing upon you all. Whenever people see you and interact with you, from the moment their gaze meets yours, they will... Do not fear. We will face it. Everyone's here. Wonderful.
Dendro Archon.
Are you recovering all right?
I'm doing very well. I see. Using the power of Aru, it's a sound. I regret to be the bearer of bad news. But with the state that Irminsul is currently in...
Alas, we had
What about non-traditional meat?
Non-traditional?
Are you saying...
Desperate times call for...
Behold!
Hey! We're here!
Ah, it's you. The Aranara have good intuition when it comes to people. In other words,
Given everything that's going on,
Miss Nefer, as a professional intelligence...
not one that I'm willing to volunteer.
Let's say I'll treat this as a pilot project aimed at expanding your intelligence operations. Whatever business you're in, an avenue to demonstrate your abilities.
I like the sound of that. Glad.
Given that you rarely set foot in Sumeru, practically no one had
I take it you've read the files on every...
Yes. I also skimmed the list of evacuees. And
any initial suspect?
Limiting the scopes to males whose recent activity could be viewed as... The Aranara saw 2 people talking, but currently we only have 1 suspect. The other person was probably just a messenger.
Everyone is heading for the desert per the evacuation order. Anyone willing to turn back at this?
There's no way it was a spur-of-the-moment decision to act at it. We need to smoke him out.
Sounds like you have the... I see.
So far, we still lack solid evidence that he's been bribed. He hasn't made any recent purchases that would indicate he came into some
Then let's get closer to him to confirm before we make our move. I can handle it. I'm not...
And you're certain you've never encountered...
I'm certain. Besides, it's extremely rare for me to have had any direct contact with Sumeru mercenaries besides Jet. Sino, stay out of sight and wait for my signal. If he raises any red flags, I'll bring him...
Understood.
Excellent. Darker skin, scars. Nothing unusual about how he dresses or... A coin. Interesting. Could that be how his contact paid him? Conveniently Sorry to bother you. Has everyone here already left?
Ma'am? What are you doing in Caravan Rebat all by yourself?
My friend and I lost some of our cargo along the way. I didn't want to miss out on potential business, so I told her to go on ahead and meet the client while I retraced our steps. I didn't think it would be so... And then there was a terrible sandstorm. I guess I must have taken a wrong turn, because I didn't see any large group.
Forgive me for asking, but just to be on the safe side, could...
Sure. She has blonde hair, and she was wearing a hat and a white dress.
Yes, I think that does ring a bell. Ah, my apologies. During this exceptional time, the Core of 30 are under orders to be...
I understand. Well, sir, is there anything else you...
Hey, wait! They left a good while ago now. You'll never catch up with them on your own. Why don't I give you a ride? I'm here to collect the last few people.
That would be amazing.
Hey, let's not worry about the money for now. Wait here a moment. Once I'm done packing...
All right, thanks. Okay. Well, I wish there was some way I could repay you.
You're not wrong there. I mean, what kind of cargo is...
I suppose I can tell you, since you've been such a big help. But be...
Oh, really?
We're in the antiques business. You understand? Some of our goods aren't acquired through the most legit...
Ah, well, ma'am. In that case, it turns out...
I'm all ears. But to be clear, our commission isn't cheap. Think carefully before you ask.
I'm sure that won't be a problem. My issue is...
Pure gold. That's quite something.
If you look hard enough...
It has no distinct Snezhnayan markings. That'll be why he's going with that story. And he clearly doesn't want to arouse suspicion, so he's on the... Surely you have an existing business partner. Won't they take it off your hands? I hope I won't be attracting the...
The shop I used to work with is having cash flow issues at the moment after losing some money. I'm under enough pressure as it is without having to...
I understand. Gold is the last thing that traders with cash flow problems want to see.
As it happens, I'm...
Sure.
This evacuation was a huge operation. They needed a few people to stay behind and tie up loose ends. And I ended up being one of them. You're lucky you ran into us in time.
I certainly am.
Hands where I can see them.
General Mahamatra! No, wait!
This is the coin? Sadly, you won't have the chance to...
Nicely done. Looks like Sumeru's Matra are a well-oiled...
Unmarked gold coins are quite difficult to trace. Thanks to you, here's what's gonna... Southeast from here, leeward side...
Great work. Candace tells me your interrogation...
Hers are quickly catching up. Looks like it's over to you.
Because I'm quickest on my feet?
Because you know how to trail a target. Plus, it...
Fine.
One more thing. The Traveler just brought a message from the Dendro Archon. Once you're done with this, we're to meet up...
Got it.
Are you sure?
Gee, I don't know.
Okay.
Really? You do know this is a stealth operation, right? Me...
Paimon, are you...
Well, besides, being the best guide into that has...
Fine. Join me if you want. But be warned. If anything goes wrong, I'll have to...
No need! Paimon will be...
Good. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go.
Ah! Coming! Coming!
The wind rises.
Behold!
We're here. Now we wait.
Okay, yeah.
What's on your mind?
Huh?
I thought all you cared about besides being a guide was food and sleep.
What's that supposed to mean? Paimon's...
But never on your own. You... Just saying. I'm kind of at loose ends right now. So if you did want to share, I suppose I'd have to listen.
That guy?
What?
When we were in Nodcry, Paimon suddenly realized something. Even though Paimon's with a traveler every single day, whenever we face... Paimon doesn't get like this very often. She just got really scared when the traveler got kidnapped that time. What if he never came back, and the more Paimon thought about it, the more useless she felt? But Paimon doesn't want to be a burden. Paimon wants to be a friend. Does that make any sense? You know...
You asked the right person.
Oh...
I'm not gonna try and encourage you. What I will say is this. You have to make the decision to move forward. So ask yourself, what do you want? To get stronger? To learn more? Something's not right. Paimon, is it just me?
Ship Paimon?
We'll give it another hour.
Okay. How strange. We've been here for ages. What is it? Did you think of something?
Something feels off about this whole situation. We know for sure that the guy Sinocot had something set up. Yet somehow, his contact is a no-show. So...
How would they know to do that?
That's the problem. They couldn't... This feels...
Even though this isn't a formal meeting, I'd still like to start by saying how grateful I am.
Chesipank and Bennu are currently assisting the scholars with the maintenance. As for Hermanubis, may he...
There have been times when I imagined what it might be like to meet you all. Now the time has taken many things away.
I must say, you appear to be in good spirits, Lesser Lord Kusanali. But even so, I can sense that the life force given to you by the Dendral Dragon...
Oh no! So even... Don't worry, Paimon. It worked very well. The issue is how closely I'm tied to Irminsul. Until the problem with it is resolved, there is no way I can fully recover. Sumeru has undergone tremendous changes during your absence. When gods pass away, inevitably, people's faith in... I too have grown weaker due to the effects of Irminsul.
Then what do you suggest?
We take all the help we can get. Sumeru is our shared home. You and I...
Though Al-Ahmar is no longer with us, the alliance between the three gods remains in force. Regardless, as subjects of our king, we have a responsibility to support Sumeru through this catastrophe. Not to mention that it was the people of Sumeru who released us from this prison of Aru.
You really know how to give a rousing speech, Koti.
Now then,
let the brightest minds of the Sumeru Academia are busy...
Correct. Irminsul has existed in Teyvat since the very beginning. But after the heavenly principles arrived, the power of the Light Realm was divided into elemental energy, and Irminsul was refashioned as a device since then. Everything is as the Dendro Archon. I have a duty to protect Irminsul. To Sumeru, Teyvat has seen many upheavals in the last few years. The most recent of these was that I made sure to monitor all the pathways through which an outsider could potentially transmit themselves into Irminsul. I still believe that someone has actively invaded Irminsul. But rather than taking any of the pathways I referred to, the intruder chose instead to utilize the most direct route by entering Irminsul through...
I see what you mean. You cannot simply stop all deceased souls from returning to the ley lines because of a potential invasion that could occur.
That's right. As important as it is to guard against external threats, I could...
Please, understand how
defense has never been an easy task.
After Irminsul was invaded, my authority was quickly restricted. soon after that, the tree
I'm sure you feel responsible, but you are not to blame. No one can predict every possible disaster.
But the people of Sumeru should not have to endure this. We must find a way.
And this is what?
Yes. The only thing in Sumeru capable of rivaling Irminsul in terms of overall function and performance is all I managed to do before falling into a coma was make some minor adjustments to Irminsul. Using up the scholar's initial plan was to borrow Aru's power to reboot the Akash. Unfortunately, Irminsul has suffered far greater damage than they first thought, rendering that plan futile. To rise to the challenge, we had to resort to a more extreme and far costlier means. To reclaim Irminsul, her brightest scholars have made further modifications to Aru with multiple goals in mind.
Human wisdom has clearly improved over the millennia. You have not only our support, but that of the Jinn, the Aranara, and the Pari.
Together, we will do.
By the way, when you spoke earlier of an intruder, it almost sounded as if you knew who you were dealing with, and...
Well... Master Tainari!
Is this... How did this happen? Luckily, we managed to
What in the world was that?
Oh my. I understand.
Not once over the...
Please continue, Dendro Archon.
Irminsul's root system is what comprises the ley lines. In the past, it has always been hidden away, going unseen by the general populace. But now, it has become a tree of unbridled greed. A clear sign that a deranged experiment has advanced to...
Blasphemy. From where I stand, an experiment in the name of blasphemy but if we are to honor Dottores' will...
The birth of this tree proves to me beyond doubt that this incident is... But to explain the situation in full, there is someone I need to...
Zandik. So it was him. I saw him in the desert once. A man of...
But didn't Dottore die and not cry? How is this... He must still have loyal followers amongst the Fatui. Even so...
I can confirm that Fatui forces have arrived in... Furthermore, Irminsul seems to be undergoing some kind of mutation. Evil branches are beginning to grow. Things that do not belong to this world are slowly but... Sorry. I couldn't think of any other word to describe it. They don't seem to be fully formed physical...
A baleful tree.
Speaking of Dottore, I didn't think it was wise to state this out in the open. But my theory is, the mole wasn't cut off after he was caught. They wrote...
You mean... the Fatui never intended to follow through with him?
It's hardly a conventional strategy, and the rationale behind it, but as it happens, I know someone who works exactly this way. And when it comes down to it, his goals are very simple. He's been a collaborator of Dottores from the outset. That fact alone confirms that Dottore...
is still much to be done. Everyone, please.
As per the discussions, Mr. Alhaitham and Mr. Kave, the next phase of the Aru...
We'll give it everything.
The plan looks feasible, but the implementation...
General Mahamatra Sino and his team will help to procure the materials required for modifying the...
No problem. I've already spoken with...
This kind of thing is best left to the fleet-footed.
If it's efficiency you're after?
Following up on the elemental energy amplifier we discussed. Ms. Dory, I assume you're the one most familiar.
Yep, that's right.
Got it. Well, I'd like Madame Farazan, Kale, and Nicole to support Dory on the...
You can count on us. Will do.
Rest assured, I'll take...
Dia, Candace, and Nefer. You'll be in charge of negotiating between the various...
You bet.
Good. I believe that covers everything. Tainari will provide
Poor Tainari. Must be tough being Nephis' student. Getting bossed around.
Hey, don't try and drive a wedge between us, you will...
All it says to me is that Master Nephis has faith in everyone's abilities. While I'm nominally here as backup, I doubt they're...
Exactly.
Finally, Traveler, once that task is complete, I'll be asking some of you to accompany me to the Eternal Oasis? I thought...
Regarding your trip to Natlan, under normal circumstances, a meeting between our two nations would be a far more formal affair. Unfortunately, Sumeru, so regretfully, we won't be able to give the Pyro Archon Mawika the grand reception that she deserves.
No point putting too much pressure on yourselves.
Right.
Don't worry about me. Plus, we'll be there. Yes. I believe in myself. Well.
To what extent we can implement the final plan depends on how successfully the Akasha can be modified and configured. And to make sure the configuration works, Aru will also need some further optimization.
Yeah, no surprise.
Once we roll this out, any Sumeru citizens who already have Akasha terminals, this still leaves us with a significant equipment shortage though. Many groups of people
will need a supply of rare materials for the renovation of Aru, and time is not on our side here.
The Aru merge and renovation project will have to be carried out as discussed. General, Mr. Sethos is quite familiar with the layout of King Deshret's mausoleum.
I have every confidence. In the meantime, we may...
Makes sense. There's...
Get information and stay close.
What is this, boot camp?
It's just Sino being Sino. You know.
Everyone clear on our mission objective. Look at the excess primal constructs. Dismantle them.
And King Deshret's 7 pillars agreed?
If they're just sitting there doing nothing, we might as well put them to use. Thoth's words.
Wisdom! Wretched vermin! The wind rises upon the gale.
Nowhere to run! Judgment is upon you! You stand condemned! Guilty! destroy upon your soul! You stay condemned! Unsightly insects! Excuse me? Upon the gale.
These devices should still be usable even though they're broken down. Let's take them back for the others to review.
Too slow.
Nowhere to run! Way ahead! Futile! Judgment is upon us! Guilty! You stand condemned! Guilty!
How many do we need?
Enough to make an Akasha terminal for everyone who doesn't know.
I remember you telling me how revolutionary these Akasha terminals.
The Academia declared the Akasha to be the most powerful and comprehensive wisdom dissemination system in history.
Certainly sounds impressive.
Neither Hat Guy nor I have ever had.
Well, if it all goes to plan,